Good morning, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo. And can we just take a moment? You know, Camera Mandy worked very hard making those new titles. Actually, they're the old titles, but the titles for Goo Morning Zyathé, that little thing that goes off before we start, right? So, Camera Mandy, I just want to give you a little hand for that because I think it's magnificent.
I need to update it.
Yes, it's time. It's time for the hundredth episode.
Okay, I will try to get down to the 100th episode. So, yes. Hello, friends.
Hello.
It's a wonderful morning today. I just spit a little bit. I don't know if they saw it on camera.
It hit me right in the eye. Oh my God! I've been spit upon. Yes, magnificent. Hello, friends. It is marvelous to see you. Happy Saturday. We're getting very excited because Camera Mandy and I are getting ready to go with dear Adam and marvelous Ms. Goo to the UK Games Expo here in just a couple of weeks. So that has been quite an ordeal with all kinds of craziness, which I won't bore you with, but we're getting close to having everything organized and ready to go. Right, Camera Mandy?
Yeah, I do want to give someone a shout out.
Yes.
So the logistics of shipping in, we won't go into details, but materials to this convention have been just a nightmare.
It's very trying.
Yes. But James Karras, who's been a really amazing Gooey friend, and I'm really excited to get to spend time with him while we're out there.
Yes.
Has kind of saved our butts. So in that we're going to be able to ship him product, and he's helping us with the logistics of getting it to the
Because we want to be able to show it to folks, but the thing is they want them to, there are all these things you have to go through. So we just sent them to James, paid the VAT tax, and did all the things to make sure that there wasn't a problem. And that this will work. This is a structure that will work. Then people can actually look at our materials at the booth.
We want to do everything very legally.
Yes, we are following the law. Yes,
following their laws are very difficult.
Yes, you English people, you got some crazy ass laws, right? Of course, after seeing A Fish Called Wanda, you know there are many things about you marvelous English people that are different. Yes, very different. Yes, that's crazy Americans. Yes, especially the crazy American in A Fish Called Wanda. If you all saw that movie,
A Fish Called Wanda?
You have never seen a fish?
No, what is it?
All right, how many in the chat have seen A Fish Called Wanda?
I want to know what it is.
It is a movie starring John Cleese and goodness gracious, Jamie Lee Curtis and the guy who goes, "Woo!" Kevin Kline. Yes. And the chat, yes, you can go crazy with that all you want. Yes, that was the story. That was A Fish Called Wanda. Yes, it's probably 20-some years old now. 20, I don't know.
Okay.
It's great, right? I mean, anybody in the chat telling you it's a good movie?
Stacy is.
Stacy, yes, very good. Yes, indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna do something really quickly.
Oh, good.
So, I just want to show our new features.
We have new features.
I know. Okay.
What are the new features?
We're affiliates now on Twitch.
Oh, that's right. So Camera Mandy, tell everybody what this means, because it's kind of cool to actually have it happen.
Here's the thing, I don't really know. I know we've been eligible for it for like 2 years. We worked really hard to get eligible, but then when you have to sign up, you have to fill out all this tax information, and I just never got around to it.
I know they show ads sometimes on our stream, which is kind of cool. You know, that's
but we don't. I think now we would actually make money on the ads because we're part of the affiliate
we get a few
program.
Cents every week. That's fantastic.
I don't have ads really turned on because I don't want to do that to our people.
Yeah. Forget that. Okay. It's not worth the 23 cents we'll get every month. Here's a check for 23 cents.
Thank you. So we just got gifted a sub. Okay, so what this means though.
Thank you, subs.
Yes, thank you. So basically, and you guys in the chat know this probably better than I do, but because we're an affiliate now, we can make money on the channel. And in order to do that, people can subscribe and pay a $5 fee or something like that. But also, if you just have an Amazon Prime account, you get it for free. So
But we don't know if it's just for a month, right?
No. You have one every single month. You just have to resubscribe every month.
Got it. So if you resubscribe every month, we actually get paid for that, and they get free.
Yes.
That's the best deal ever.
Scottish Jeff, whoever Scottish Jeff is, I saw you subbed last night, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Scottish Jeff. Yes, magnificent.
Okay, so basically, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you have to hook your Twitch account up to Amazon Prime. And so you go to gaming.amazon.com.
You know, Camera Mandy, you should switch to you so they're just looking at me.
I don't have this up for me. I know you just have to nod and smile.
Nod and smile, yes.
I'll be quick. There's a whole post up.
This might be Scottish Jeff. Scottish Jeff, does this look familiar to you?
Okay, so yes, so basically you link, there's a whole post in the den with instructions on how to do this. So I'll make it just really swift, but you just subscribe and then you get this screen, I guess. And there, I put the arrow there. It says use Prime sub.
Yes, the little green arrow that
Yes.
says use Prime sub to subscribe at no extra cost to you. It does not appear on your screenshot. Yes, is that?
So yes, and then once you click that, it just says subscribe, and then you just have to redo that every month. And I guess we get $5. Now here's the thing that Adam was telling me last night is apparently here. I'll go to a screen with us, and this is what I don't know yet. Apparently Twitch takes a cut.
Oh yeah, I think that's how they make a little money, right?
Yes, but I don't know if that's with with the Amazon subs or with just like if you pay. Because what would be ridiculous, in my opinion, is if Amazon is basically paying itself half, because Amazon owns Twitch. So if they get half the Amazon sub, I don't know.
I'm sure there's no way to make money in that scenario, though. This is what. But thank you all to subscribing for us. And thank you for telling people about us, right? And if you haven't given us a follow, do that little follow thing down below. And please do tell others about Zyathé and about what we're doing in the collaborative world and all of that stuff, because it is amazing how our fandom is growing. And we have a number of things coming. The Dungeon of Duunix is coming along very, very well. We have a new author working on that who's never done anything for us before, named Charlie. And we're going to have a lot of help from Josh and Kaya and Jim and a couple of others on the Mornwood, which we are beginning here very, very soon. And then the exciting thing is yours truly is going to begin working on the sequel to the sequel to Genzicon, which is going to be available as a little preamble, sort of like Peculiar Brews was at Gen Con, and then also the Genzicon, the full adventure, will be available as well as part of our same thing we did last year, and it will be a sequel to the previous Genzicon, which I'm very excited to bring to the table for you all. It's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Oh my gosh, guys, there's so many new things happening in the chat right now. You don't even know what just went down. I don't even know what
just went down.
I'm just learning all this stuff. Okay, so Scottish Jeff is Jeff McKay.
Hey, Jeff McKay,
okay.
hello.
So Jeff gifted 5 tier 1 subs.
Oh, Jeff, thank you.
To other people in the chat.
Thank you,
Jeff.
Just
so amazing.
Jeff, thank you.
And now there's something called a hype train going on. We're level 2 hype train. I don't know
what's a hype train. All right, somebody got to tell us what a hype train is. Type that damn thing in there because I don't know. In fact, we probably need to have a hype train in the world of Zyathé now. We have to figure that out, cameraman D.
What?
Yeah, a hype train.
I mean, gosh, there could be so many things that we could do with a hype train. Anyway, thank you so much.
It sounds like a place where everybody does drugs. Let's go on the hype train, yeah, baby.
It's a river to Zyathé, where probably everyone does drugs.
Yeah, Narchems, yes, that's what they're called, yes. Anyway, my friends, thank you for really, truly. It's so much fun to be here on Saturdays. You know, it's funny because Mandy and I talked about this. This is a tale from long ago. That Saturday mornings, you know, we're going to do this thing on Saturday mornings. We're going to talk to Adam, who's Mandy's husband, and talk to Ms. Goo, and said we're going to do this. And there was some concern, right? There was aren't you going to wear out? You know, you're going to burn out. You're going to be. And I have to tell you that honestly, I wake up every Saturday, and I'm pretty excited to do Goo Morning because of all you crazy people, and make it so much fun, you know, And Mandy and I talked before, you know, and sometimes I get on the Facebook ahead of time or the Discord and throw some things out. Oh, by the way.
What?
I think I'm going to do a couple of Mornwood meetups on the Discord.
Oh, you definitely should.
So I think right now my plan is to do them on, I think, Wednesday night and Thursday night of this upcoming week. And then maybe another one or two the following week, okay? So we're going to send out emails about that. But if you want to mark your calendar and you want to ask questions and for your contributions and all of that kind of stuff, and Mandy, we need to.
Sorry, we just got another sub. Someone else just subbed.
Thank you, sub.
5 different people.
Oh,
holy crap! Our hype thing is like freaking. I'm taking a picture of
I don't even understand the hype.
I don't understand what's going on either. But you need to see what this is. This is like level 2 completed. Thank you, Patrick.
What level? Patrick, thank you, my friend. Patrick, what is level 2?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell is
Does
going on, guys.
Does anybody know about this?
I genuinely have no idea what the hell is happening
Here's what we're going to do.
I'm sorry.
Here's what we're going to do. We have one more Goo Morning Zyathé before we take off, right? We have one more.
Okay.
somebody who knows a lot about this.
David is helping me with it. David is also taking our little emoticons and he's making
So
them.
let's have David come on the stream next week. Could we do that?
We have Chet on next week.
That's okay. We'll have Chet and David.
Okay.
So David, if you're up for it, do you want to come on the stream next week and explain to everyone what this craziness means?
Oh my goodness.
We're on the hype train.
I know. We have no idea what's happening. I'm a trained marketing videographer. So I do make companies lots of money with my videos, but this whole streaming thing is brand new. They did not have it when I was in school. They didn't teach us about it. I have no idea.
And we honestly, in our minds, we never thought that the stream would grow to what it is. And that, 50, 60 people, 70 people watching every Saturday morning and growing consistently. And then, some hundreds of views afterwards on YouTube and on Twitch. And it's just, thank you all for enjoying this. I'm having a great time.
I'm having a great time. I can't wait to show you the chat afterwards. This is like insane. I wish you could see it. Okay.
Well, thank you all. You are magnificent. So we got great. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Cameraman.
I have a question from the chat. How does one submit content for the collaborative world or get involved?
All right. So if you have not signed up for the Contributors Guild, this is the first thing you must do. This is very important. Now, the way to do that is pinned in the Facebook page, right underneath all the rules. Okay, so you go to the featured thing that's at the top, and the featured thing has a number of different things that are up there, and then about 3 featured things in is the rules for the group. You scroll down in the rules for the group, and that's how you join the Contributors Guild. All right? The Contributors Guild is this magnificent group of people. We've had literally hundreds and hundreds of people submit monsters, locations, interesting individuals, and many, many people, hundreds of people do their own portraits for the world of Zyathé, which is a different thing than the Contributors Guild. So I don't want to get off track. But what we've done is take those wonderful ideas and put them into our books so that you can actually have a place in the world of Zyathé. All right? So right now, there is a place outside of Darkenhaven, literally across the Mistrewn River, which is called the Mornwood. And it has a very fearful history, and it is a great place for adventure. And it is wonderfully proximitous, which means it's close, to the city of Darkenhaven. And this is a wonderful thing that we did on purpose for part of the adventuring so that you don't have to go miles and miles away from the city to a great place of adventure. And that was the goal. So we would not just have underground adventures with the Gloomport and all of the dungeons that are surrounding it, but we would also have this wonderful Mornwood where beyond that, of course, is fearful Muuzdaran. And I need to do a little bit of a geography thing on this, maybe Cameramendi, when we get back from being in Europe. So anyway, there's much to come, but the Contributors Guild is designed to be a simple, relatively easy thing for you to do, even if you're not a really good writer, and you don't have to worry about that, okay? We really want people who want to put something cool in the world of Zyathé that they're excited about. We will edit it, we will take care of it. It's typically less than 500 words, less than 1 page of content. It's all described in the submission form and all that stuff, what you have to do. And it's really not a difficult proposition. Now, also, because we believe that people who do things should be compensated for doing things, this is not a volunteer effort. Every submission round, you get something special, all right? So something $15, $20 worth of value, and it's usually pretty something cool. The one thing that we did a whole monster submission round. We have literally hundreds of monsters that have been submitted by our contributors. If you haven't got your monster yet, don't worry. They've almost all been done. And when we get done with all of the monsters, you all are going to get your monster in a print for your contribution. That's the example of the kind of thing that you do. And it'll have the Gooey Cube thing on. You put it on the wall, frame it, tell everybody that this is your monster that you submitted to Gooey Cube. So in this situation, we're doing a location in the Mornwood. And the location in the Mornwood is an interesting, maybe fearful, maybe strange, right? A weird singing stone that thrums and hums, right? An old hermit who lives in the woods, right? A strange tree that is twisted and bent with a hole in the base. Now, we don't want you to make a dungeon. We don't want you to make a cave, right? It's basically, this is food for the game master, right? The game master takes it and then can take it from there, right? So it's a very simple, less than 500 words, and you submit it through the submission program, and you have to sign up for it first. So be sure to go to the Gooey Den on Facebook, go to the rules and follow those rules, and that's how you sign up. Now, one last thing, and I say this all the time. I am a creator myself, all right? I love to create. I have submitted things to others. I've done all this stuff, okay? Do not give us anything that is special to you, because there is no way to do this Contributors Guild except for that you are giving your material away, not giving it away, but selling it effectively for the stuff we're giving you to Gooey Cube. So we don't want you to ever put any special character that you might want to do something with in the future, a special name of a place or something like that. A lot of people have actually done names of things and individuals and places that are for a loved one who has passed away, or just their significant other, or whatever it happens to be. So please know we want you to have fun with this. We want you to have the joy of getting published in there. We want you to get a nice little reward for taking the time to do so, but don't give us anything that is something you might want to keep for yourself in the future. All right, that's very important. Okay, and we are very excited about, if you read East Verdestia or West Verdestia, there are so many magnificent places in there. You know, Michelle gave us Rainey's Dojo long ago in Darken Haven. We have the Black Eagle Inn, the Lute and the Flute from Donnie and Andrea, and I just, and on and on and on. All of these magnificent little places that wonderful people brought to the world of Zyathé, and we're going to do it again with the Mornwood. So we're hoping that you will participate and join us, and I hope that helped. Was there any questions, Camera Mandy, that we needed to address?
I'm trying to, okay, so you have to understand that what's happening in the chat is like so different than anything I've ever seen before on the show. So I'm trying to keep up with it. Because like now there's like all these new emojis, and
we have new emojis.
I know, like everything is like different now. Everything has changed. Okay, can someone help?
It's magical.
Renegade 78 with subscribing, how to subscribe now that he's linked his Amazon account.
Oh yes, if someone would help, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
So is there any questions on the Mornwood? Because we have gone over it quite a number of times, so I don't know that there would be.
I don't think there's any questions on the Mornwood. Right. I am going to take the 3 little videos that we did about the Mornwood and edit them all together and post them on YouTube, so that way you guys have reference points that are easy to access. So I am figuring stuff out. And I agree with people in the chat about needing a chat manager. So if anyone wants to do that, just let me know.
Oh, a chat manager. How do you do a chat manager?
I don't know. I don't know.
It would help you a lot.
I know. I do need to do more Twitch stuff. I'm sorry. I'm going to learn.
You need to be more twitchy.
It's a process. It's a process. Okay, let's do social media.
Yes, let's do it. We got some great things to show. Thank you all. Again, I tell you all the time, I am a creative person in real life. My name Kim, yes. And I've spent my whole life writing and creating things. And I tell you, I really want you to hear this. The inspiration for your creativity comes from all around you. And that is what I love about what you do in the den, my friends. I love the miniatures that Harry posts. I love the beautiful imagery that Hans or Jim or Kevin, Michelle, I was going to say Jen, but Jen does other things that I'm going to talk about in a second, and Sean and Ty and others who put these things, these wonderful things up in the Gooey Den for us to be inspired by. And Jen, humor is a wonderful thing because it brings so much to the table, right? And we have new people who have not really posted a lot, who are starting to post more too, and bringing all of this wonderful ingredients to the stew, right? To the soup of creativity. And that's what I love about the den. And then, of course, we put some things up. I put up an image this morning that I don't think Camera Mandy captured about the Mornwood that was actually worked on by 2 different artists. So, oh, did you just do that, Camera Mandy?
No, I did this.
This is
from the post yesterday. I'm just going to read off the instructions that I put in there.
Okay, here we go. The instructions. This could be the boring part. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to make sure because I also understand this is new. This is new. It's all new for people who aren't don't know Twitch very well. Okay, so 1, log into both your Amazon Prime account and Twitch account. 2, connect your Prime. I'm sorry, I don't know. Should I put it on me? I'm sorry. I know you get.
Yes, you should put it on
Okay,
you.
hold on.
I'm sitting here going like,
Okay, I got this. Sorry.
All right, good. I'm going to sit back
Okay.
and blow my nose.
Okay, well, should I mute you?
No, why not?
Okay.
I mean, why? What's the point of that?
Fun. Okay. So 2, connect your Prime account to your Twitch account. You do this by going to gaming.amazon.com. He's adding in the sound effect. If you are logged into your Twitch, it should be very easy to just link your accounts together. So that's where you go manage Twitch accounts on Amazon and link them together. And then once your account is linked, and this is all in the Gooey Den, just so everyone knows. Once the account is linked, go to twitch.tv/the Gooey Cube, which everyone who's here is there. And
If you're here, they're there.
But I mean, I don't know if you might need to refresh it in order to so you might need to refresh the page. I don't know how it all works, but once it's linked, it might need to like refresh on Twitch in order to do the subscription thing. So then you press subscribe, which is like what's shown here, and then last but not least, you press. You get to this page on the subscribe, and it says use Prime Sub. And if you're logged in and like everything's been linked and everything's been refreshed, you should just be able to press use Prime Sub there, and it should change it from subscribe $4.99, and then it should just be no money, and you just subscribe. And then if you do that every month, then we get that money.
Correct.
So,
yeah,
which is very exciting.
Thank
so anyway,
and we'll do our best to keep providing great content and making it fun for you all and all of that stuff, right? So
we're gonna do it even better going forward. I'm determined. Okay. Oh, and then you get this cool page.
Ooh, congratulations,
founder
a founder badge.
I
Oh,
don't know
you're
what
a
that means.
founder. Yes.
I don't know what it means, but I like it. Okay. Social media.
All right, let's go. Yeah, cute. Yes, this is very. Justin put this up, and it was very cute, and it has a hat, yes, and a little mustache and all of that stuff, right? The googly eyes thing was kind of interesting.
I love this
It's
so
cute.
much.
It's very cute. Yes,
Yes.
very cute.
So, and I like all the conversation that was in the chat about how the original Goo.
Yes, there was the original. This is not the original Goo.
hatter.
This is not the original Goo. This is an imposter.
Okay, I want to know what this is. So this is a monster from the Underdelve, but is it like? Tell us about this.
So this is actually was one of the submissions by one of our artists for the Churka, which is not the original Churka, right? And I'm not going to name it the Churka.
Oh, is this Paul's?
This was when I remember the Churka that we sent out, which was the choker,
Yeah.
right?
So we had 2 winners. We had Paul and we had Thomas.
Oh, was this Paul's
So
version?
I sent it to you and I said you need to make this image.
You know, we need to ask Paul. We need to ask Paul I need to check that and make sure, because it could be that this is that this was the second submission. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to remember. See, the problem is, here's what happens with this old guy, right? He gets backlogged with all of these different art projects, and he's trying to keep track of 20 or 30 of them sometimes on a weekly basis, and it gets a little overwhelming.
That's fine. I can just read it off here. I have it available.
But some people put in some very interesting comments about this creature, and I'm actually very excited about it. And it's got some very interesting aspects, and we are excited to bring it to the world of Zyathé.
Well, I had no idea this was the winner thing. Okay, so this is it. A churka is a flexible web-like leech aberration found only in the most lightless depths of the Underdark.
Yes.
Though a parasite that feeds primarily on aquatic life, it particularly thrives consuming the salts and proteins extracted from warm-blooded creatures.
Yeah, Kevin called it a juicer. That's what he called it. So yes, this is.
Paul, I had no idea.
I geeked out. I should have remembered. Anyway, Paul, well done. Yes, well done. That's fantastic. Yes.
And then we need to, Thomas, we're still working on the second, because the other Churka winner is going to appear in Shadows and Dark.
It's kind of a little.
it's the necklace for the.
Yeah, it's kind of a little mimicky. It's a mimicky creature, is what it is. So it looks like a necklace, right? So yes, it's on there. Yes, so it looks like a necklace, but in truth, it is a protector of Cameramandi. Yes, this is what they say. Yes.
I did not vote for this. This got voted by the judges. So
yes.
But I love it. I love having special items. In Darkenhaven, there's a whole adventure with the hat.
Yeah, yes. Well, let's just continue on with that. What's the next social media thing?
Okay.
Paul, well done. Thank you. Oh, yes, Harry put the house. No, go ahead, continue.
I just closed it out. Okay, I have to get it back. We'll talk about these first.
Oh, yes. So Scott is back putting some wonderful photographs up. So Scott is a diceaholic, along with quite a few of us others, and really is a photographer as well, and has sort of paired dice with colors and imagery. And I'm looking at it right now. It's just Scott. I love these, and I appreciate you putting them up when you put them up. And I know a lot of people are dice lovers like us, and thank you for putting these up and letting us see them. They are really, really wonderful. And I didn't know about these halvesies dice, so I got to look them up this weekend. I want to know more about them. If somebody knows more about halvesies dice, just throw some stuff up in the chat if you want to. All right, let's continue.
Anyway, Scott's pictures, I just want to say, are phenomenal. As a photographer,
he's got a great eye.
I've taken pictures of dice, and I will say, I don't think I did as good a job as Scott does. Yeah, he just carries it around and finds little spots and takes it.
Yep, he's got a great eye.
Okay, I'm loving what Joshua is posting.
Fantastic.
I know he's doing really cool carnival sets.
It's fantastic.
Yes,
it's really, really good, and he's using the artwork along with it. And by the way, you see Joshua's Game Master screen I'm total got Game Master screen envy right there, with the wall behind. But no, it is. This Joshua, thank you for giving so much life to the Carnival. And this reminds me what, of course, Corey did, which the Carnival Crashers, and Corey is coming to Gen Con this year, which we're excited about.
Take so many. So I'm learning. Yeah. So I'm learning. Here's the deal. It's a process, learning the social media video. But I want to do reels and stuff like that, and little TikToks with the carnival set.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, and really try, because this is the kind of stuff I think that.
I'm sorry, looking the wrong way. I have to look this way when I'm talking to you. We have to figure that out, Cameraman.
Makes it feel real. This kind of stuff, immersing people in this way. Now there's I loved playing Darkest Dream. We didn't have any of this stuff when we played Darkest Dream. So there's other ways of immersing with the art and the characters and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love to see that we're inspiring people to create like this.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. Amazing. Joshua, thank you for keep posting. We love them.
We love them. It. Okay, I want to hear about this artist because I.
Oh, you don't know.
Yeah.
So if you are younger, you might not remember Frank Frazetta. So Frank Frazetta was one of the original fantasy artists, to be true. And Frank Frazetta spent time particularly with the Conan mythos and mythology, and but did lots of things, and is widely regarded as one of the better artists in the world for actually giving the human body very realistic and lifelike things. And Frank Frazetta passed away, I think, on the 11th or 13th, or the 13th, I think it was, of May. And Raphael put this up, and it reminded me of that. And so I shared the post in the den, because the impact of Frazetta's work on so much of fantasy illustration and fantasy artwork was enormous. And I would encourage you, if you are younger and you don't know of Frazetta, to do a little Googling, out there, and look at some of the magnificent artworks that were created. Always, for the most part, a little darker, always very realistic, very gritty. He did a number of images from the Lord of the Rings. There's a very famed image of Gollum paddling across the water from his island. There's just so many wonderful Frazetta images out there. So there you go, Cameraman.
I appreciate it. And Chet in the chat was appalled that I had not heard.
Chet, I agree with you, Chet in the chat.
Now, Chet is going to be joining us. He is an amazing artist himself.
Chet
and he's actually going to be on our stream next week. And I'm looking forward. Maybe, Chet, you can talk to us about some of your inspirations and put some pictures in the Google Drive, and I'll show them on the stream.
Yeah, Chet's going to share some of his artwork with us, and actually Chet just did something which we'll talk about at the stream as well. I just saw a notice about that, Chet. So we're excited for your new thing that you're doing. So this is wonderful.
Jacob's joining us all the way from Brazil today.
Jacob, hello, my friend. I hope Natalia is with you as well, and give her our love. And I hope you two are having just a magnificent time together down there. And goodness, your pictures are magnificent. Thank you for sharing them. So. And here's our boy Todd, yes, with another magnificent build. I am a terrain freak. You know that, Cameraman. Yes?
I do know this.
Yes.
I do know this about you.
And there are very few that I think can give me terrain envy, except for Todd. And Todd has been wonderful to share his builds in Ardennes. He also has a wonderful page that is all about terrain builds on Facebook. And Paul also is a wonderful terrain builder, and Paul has shared stuff with us. And we love, again, this is the kind of stuff that I love about the Den. I love the diversity of the Den. I love the fact that it's not, it's got so many different wonderful creators that are putting things. Yes, Evan.
This is from Evan.
Yeah, Evan painted this for his daughter, and I think the character's name is Link, I believe. And
I think the character's name is Link.
I think it's Link.
Adam in the chat is like, Alphinius. He's gonna give you a whole Zelda.
Okay, it's Link. It's Link. Goodness gracious. I think it's Link. Yes,
it is Link.
It is Link. It is Link. But it's a wonderful paint job.
Yes.
And I love to see these as well. Michael shares paintings. AJ shares paintings. Folks put these wonderful miniatures up, right? And there's Harry, right? With not
Alfabio.
Yes, I know it's Alphabio.
I have to, I'm a little worried because I don't know where my little cameraman mini went and our Alfabio mini went.
Yeah, I know. I was looking down. It's like
it used to be over there.
It's like we got robbed. Somebody stole Cameramandy the parasol.
I don't want to say that, but I don't know where they went. So we'll have to be on the lookout because
Yeah, I don't.
They used to just be on the desk, so I don't know.
I didn't take Cameramandy.
I think somebody in our office really wanted the Alfabio for some reason.
Yeah, we lost Alfabio and we lost. That's a sad state of affairs, Cameramandy.
We'll find them. I'm sure that they're somewhere.
Somebody's goofing around. Yes. Oh, and then Randy put up this magnificent maroon. Yes. She got a bicep for days. Right. She'll punch you in the face. Yeah, we love our maroon. They are magnificent, and Randy put this one up for us to enjoy. I can't remember. I can't read who the artist was, so let's give it a credit.
It was
there.
Chris Ratlin.
Yeah, Chris Ratlin. Well done, Chris. Well done, Ratlin.
Yes.
But
yeah, I love seeing our custom races interpreted from other people.
Yes.
Like that. I can't tell you. Okay,
yeah, she is magnificent.
Here's the thing: is that I grew up loving Harry Potter. That was my big thing, as you know, when I was in high school. And then
I'm looking the wrong way. I've got to always look away from you when I do this, Cameramandy.
No one knows. But yeah, and then I grew up in these fandoms. So I was in Harry Potter. Don't judge me. I was in the Twihard fandom pretty hard.
Cuckoo.
But
cuckoo.
Listen, here's the thing: is that fan art and fan fiction was the way that I communicated with the community. I'd make banners and that's actually how I got really good at a lot of my design skills and stuff like that, was making art for other things.
And Cameramandy actually was quite famed in Harry Potter fan fiction.
No, it was Twilight.
Oh, sorry, Twilight fan fiction. That's right.
Yes,
it was
I
Twilight
had a very,
fan fiction.
very popular Twilight fan fiction.
It was risque. That's right.
It was not risque.
Dirty.
It was not. It was not. It was very innocent. It was a T-rated fan fiction, and that was unheard of.
And people loved it.
Let me just say, it was unheard of. Okay, because most of the Twilight stuff was risque. Anyway, all that to say, to see other people interact with our stuff that way,
it's wonderful.
In the same way that I relate to other things, it just means an amazing amount to me.
Yeah, magnificent. Thank you, Randy, for the post.
Okay, sorry.
And thank you, Chris, for the art. It's magnificent.
But speaking of, is he a maroon as well?
He is half Garoon.
Go Garoon. Ooh, I love it.
But there's been issues through the life. And so it's partially mechanized, right? This is technic artificistry being taken to the next level. This is Andrew's magnificent character, Vardig. And we worked on this one for quite a long time to try to get it really, really right, because this is a complicated portrait, right? And Benjo did this one and did just a great job. And I hope Andrew, in fact, I know Andrew loves it, and I hope you all love it, because Vardig is a very interesting character coming to the world of Zyathé. Yes, indeed. So is that not magnificent?
It is.
It's unbelievable. What I see you're doing the chat thing. What's going on? Do I need to answer?
Oh no, I'm just telling Harry which of the camera minis has gone missing, so he can send me another.
You don't have to do that, Harry, but thank you.
Thank you, Harry. Yes.
It was the one with the parasol.
Yeah, it was the parasol one, which I know was really difficult. That's why I'm kind of sad. Apparently I'm echoing, so I'm just going to turn myself down. I know I get loud. I just get so enthusitastic.
All right, what's next, Camera?
Okay, some shenanigans.
Yes, shenanigans.
Okay. Well, first off, you posted this wonderful picture from the Chicago area, because you went on a business trip for an overnight business trip.
Yes.
But then But then...
Yes, I know. Shenanigan Patrick.
I know. And then there was another one, but it's not loaded in here.
Oh, you didn't load it in?
Oh, here it is. I got it. Hold on. I have to load it into the program. It's like, I know I grabbed it.
Yes, this
said this was going to cause some controversy.
This one definitely took the shenanigan to the next level because you got the Cubs there and you got the socks there. Yes, so I did go to Portillo's. I've gone to Portillo's a number of times. We were out and back so fast that I did not get to go to Portillo's this last time. And if you don't know what Portillo's is, and you go to Chicago and you like a hot dog, you have to go to Portillo's. Remember, I told you this. Yes, you have to go to Portillo's. Forget the deep dish pizza. Go to Portillo's.
Fair enough.
All right.
Last but not least.
Oh yes, Casey. Thank you. Can I just take a moment? I'm going to give Casey and Whit and Matt and Mark and Callie and Kerry. Also, I think is helping with that too. Just my friends, thank you. Thank you for all this help to make Gen Con so special. And it's not just you, it's all of the game masters too who spend the time. And of course, we do some nice things for our game masters. So I want y'all to know that if you ever want to be a game master for us, we're not just going to ask you to go give out of the goodness of your hearts. We're going to do some nice things for you and help you out a little bit and give you appreciation for the time and effort that you spend. We get so many good ratings all the time from our game masters. And anyway, Casey is sort of the lead on all of this, and he's done just a great job pulling this together. So the list is up, so you can start putting up your did you just cough right in the
I tried to cough.
Thank God you coughed the other way, because we've had the goo the last couple of weeks, and of course the spittle in the eye.
Great.
Anyway, so you can go on here and look, and if you're coming to Gen Con, I highly encourage you to check out some Gooey games and definitely come join us for the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show, because not only is it a lot of fun, but lots and lots of prizes get given away. So you can win something, right? And all these times, you try to win something and you never win, right? At the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show, you have a great odds of winning something before the end of the stream is over, or the show is over.
Yeah.
So put that in your mind as you're thinking about your wish list, okay?
Also,
all right.
I am GMing for the first time, and I believe Paul and Belinda are joining, and Brad. And so I think it's like the first... I think that there's like 2 more slots. Well, I don't know. I don't think things have gone on sale yet. I'm not sure how
I don't
works.
think right now it's just a wish list.
Yes. Okay. So it's like the first Carnival Crashers, I think, on Thursday morning is my first and only GM endeavor.
And don't forget, we're doing the Thursday night in the Gooey room. We have the Gooey party.
Oh, yes.
So all of you Gooey people will have some food and such like that. You got to bring your own booze, though. They got all those bars all over the place.
I think we'll have a bar there. You just have
we're having a bar in it. Yeah, you pay for your own booze. Yes. So if you want a glass of Strong Arm McGillen's whiskey, yes, you're going to have to purchase your own. Yes.
But we'll also have another dessert mixer.
Yes.
Now, last time we rented this ice cream.
People loved it.
Yeah, well, I thought it was only going to be there for the party, but then they left it there all weekend. It was like this freezer full of these ice cream snacks, like frozen, bars and everything like that. But then it ended up just staying in the GM's room the entire weekend. So I kind of hope we have that luck. I don't know if they just forgot about it or if that.
Well, it might have been that it still had all the food in there, so who knows?
I don't know. I have no idea, but we're definitely doing it again, and maybe we'll get lucky again.
Ice cream. You scream. We all scream. Yes, for ice cream. Yes. Haha.
Okay. So, are you ready to talk about Cruxxe?
Yes.
Because I read about it, and it is intense. I'll tell you what. So.
Cameraman, one of these days, we have to set it up so that I can sit back like this. Yes.
I mean, you can sit back like that if you want. It's set up like your frame's fine.
It's still. But is it not? Oh yes, I guess it's not bad.
Your mic is attached to your shirt, so you're
much
still
more
going to get
comfy.
good audio.
Yes, it's so
back
comfy.
Like that. That's fine.
When you're sitting back and reading a book, that's what feels so good. Oh, look, I have this on the table. Yes, Dark Tide's Night. Yes, magnificent. Yes. So as we Cruxxe is very important to the world of Zyathé, my friends, because Cruxxe, which it lies in the butthole or butt crack of the book, right, cameraman?
Well, in the actual map, it does, yes. The
book crack. The book crack, yes.
I'll show it so people know what we're talking about.
So many have heard the tale, so I won't belabor it too much. But yes,
So, yeah,
you
it's
can
right
just
there.
barely see it kind of sticking out, right? As in this did not work out so well.
It's fine. There's other ways. Well, first off, a map actually comes with
It's
the
true.
book. So if you purchase the book, you get like a nice folded out map.
Yes.
And then we also have these maps available, these like giant PVC maps.
Yes.
Those are available on the Gooey Cube
Gooey
shop.
Cube. Yeah.
And while we're talking about maps, #map will enter you to win the Darkenhaven map. We'll just do that right now. So
Yes, go ahead and
map.
put that in there. #map.
Now-
So remember how this is working. Were you going to say something, cameraman? Go
Yes.
ahead. Yes, please.
So, it's a cumulative thing. So you get an entry every week that you watch. Now, Lawrence is going to be running the streams while we're in Europe. And I'm going to put it and make sure he knows to do it. But if people in the chat could be really helpful.
Make sure he doesn't forget. Yes.
So, because there's a lot to think about sometimes.
And we're going to be it's going to be fun. Ben and I were chatting this morning. When we go to Germany, there's a couple of castles we're going to visit. And we're going to send Camera Mandy some video from when we're out there doing that. And then Camera Mandy and I are going to do some video from UK Games Expo, which we're going to share with the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do maybe some other things while we're in England as well. Right, Camera Mandy?
Yes. I don't know that the things that I'm doing are going to be video worthy. I mean, there's
Oh, yes.
I don't know how much people want to see the Disneyland Paris stuff.
Oh, yeah, not that. But I mean, I'm
going to go to a few castles. We're going to obviously do touring all around and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, let us know. I'll bring what I'll do is I'll bring the Weirded World with me, and then I'll just take pictures of it in all these castles.
Yes.
Anyway.
We could take a little Gooby, right? Goober, right? We could take a little. Yes, maybe we take a little Goober along with us, right?
Are you visiting the Henge? Asks Brad.
Not the Stonehenge.
Uh-huh.
I think the other henge.
What is the other henge?
So I've gotten inside information that Stonehenge isn't as good because you can't actually walk amongst the stones. They have it all fenced off now, and you can only see it from a distance and all of that kind of stuff. But there are other henges that you can actually kind of walk in, and get the feel, right, and take some pictures and all of that kind of stuff. So, thankfully, Tyrone.
Sorry, the chat. Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Come on, Bendy.
I'm sorry. It's so funny. Sorry, the chat. The chat was saying, because I said I'll bring the book, The Weirded World, with me and take pictures with everyone. And someone said, bring El Fabio. And Patrick said, El Fabio will cause an international incident.
Yes, he will. Do not bring El Fabio. International incidents.
Sorry, that tickled my funny bone. Okay.
Yes.
But that said, you could bring a pink wig and you could just be El Fabio.
No.
At the Stonehenge, or not the Stonehenge, wherever the other
At the other henge. Whatever henge that is. So you need to make sure you talk with Ms. Goo, Camera Mandy, because some of the things we're going to go to, yes, no international incidents could happen with the Queen. El Fabio and the Queen, it's a scandal.
Stop it.
Anyway, my friends, no, it is going to be a wonderful time. But let's get back to Cruxxe. Camera Mandy, my God.
I don't know why that was so funny to me, but...
It's an international incident. All right. So let's get back to this.
We should write that into I'm sure there was some international incidents.
Oh, Fabio's caused all manner of international incidents. Yes, the Queen of Anvala. Yes. All right. So now let us get back to this. Now, this is important. So because of the way the lore of Zyathé is structured, and what we wanted to do was to give this sort of grimdark history, and we wanted to bring in the interesting lore of the gods and of the lords of corruption and of the nine. We wanted to bring all this together. It required, pretty serious cataclysm, but we didn't want to do sort of technology cataclysm. We wanted to be magical cataclysm, and that was the whole beginnings of the Netherflow and the corruption of the Zyanthus after Avalva created the world, created the Eterniverse and all of the things in it, and also inadvertently created the four lords of corruption. And of course, the four lords of corruption in the Gods' War gave birth to the nine. So this is the whole circle of it, right? And so in living with all of this, the cataclysm, really trying to understand what happened, what really occurred to the high magics as they were corrupted. And some believe that they are still achievable, by the way. Some believe that there is a way to get to the high magics again, the 10th, 11th, and 12th cycles. This has not been proven. And in fact, the Mournwood is evidence of what happens when you do try too hard to access those high cycles of magic and what can occur if you make that mistake. Camera Mandy, you're sitting there smiling and distracting from you.
I'm so sorry.
Take yourself off.
I'm gonna stop reading the chat. There's like some funny stuff going on.
That is one thing I do not like about this. We got to change this up so you can put up funny chat stuff. We got to change the StreamYard.
I know we need to make it so that way. That will be my next thing. I finally got to spend an hour on it yesterday and get us to affiliate status. So imagine what I could do if I had 2 hours. So, anyway.
Oh, that's wonderful. Anyway,
Okay.
so the key to remember is that the higher the concentration of the usage of the high magics, the usage of the Neverflow the Everflow in the high cycles, okay? The higher the concentration of that, the greater the corruption that occurred thereafter, after the Woe of Ruin. And this is why Cruxxe is what Cruxxe is. Cruxxe was Responsia, and it was the seat of the Aethernic Empire, and it was where all of it was a huge continent, right? You look at the map, you can see it, right? It's just a huge continent.
Well, I liked some of the imagery that you put in about Responsia.
Yes.
One of the things I really liked that you wrote was that the entire continent was covered by a weather spell.
Yes.
And so it was very temperate and beautiful and
all year round. Yes.
And like imagine living in like this luxurious place where magic is everywhere and you can control everything with a spell.
Buildings of impossible height.
Yes.
Cities that literally floated around on huge canals. So you visited different parts of the continent in the city that you lived as it slowly moved, as the city slowly moved around the continent, right? And of course, the other strong areas of magic, which high magics, which ultimately became corruption, were the flying cities, of which there is only one that remains still in the air,
Okay,
which
why
of course
is
is
that?
Amosthal.
Now that I'm like, I never thought to ask this. Why is that?
Why did
one,
all the others crash, and why
that
did
one
Amosthal?
is still okay? Yeah.
Yes. So when we speak to Amosthal, we will speak to that in the I want to do an adventure in Amosthal.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want it to be something special. It's definitely a very high level adventure, all of that kind of stuff. But to go to Amosthal and visit the city and see what's all going on above. It was one of the smaller. It may have been the smallest, I believe, of the flying cities. But anyway, going back to so I promise we'll talk about it more. But it is actually a mystery as to why Amosthal remained in the sky and all the others crashed. And so there's a lot of questions, right? And some wonder why Telsanthrod turned completely over and others did not, with the different effects of sort of the chaosic magics that took over when the Woe of Ruin was happening, right? So anyway, so Cruxxe was Responsia. And all of these magnificent edifices, were damaged, destroyed, twisted, not necessarily destroyed, but warped into other things, because this whole thing of the Lords of Corruption is not necessarily all destruction, right? There's chaos, right? Anacrea, right? She is the queen, she's the leader of the four Lords of Corruption, and she is not interested in the same thing as perhaps Foendeuz, who is the Lord of Ruin, right? And Nu'ul, who is the Lord of Nothingness, right? So they have their own conflicts amongst them. But anyway, so what happens is that this place that was the most magnificent is now the most horrific. And there are tremendously fearful abominations and creatures. There are edifices that have been totally changed. And there is actually some fear, I give away a secret here, Cameramendi.
Ooh.
There is actually some fear that some of the abominations have begun to gain sentience rather than just be savage.
Well, it makes sense because eventually they're going to adapt.
Yes. And some believe that they are coming together and actually could make war upon the rest of the world. So this is another magnificent tale that is still in the telling of Cruxxe. So anyway, so that is Cruxxe. So do you want me to read a little here?
Well, there's a paragraph I want you to read. It's this little section here.
On the right-hand side of
the last 3 paragraphs.
All right, I'll read the last. So I'll start with the fourth. So there are ships that do sail within the vicinity of Cruxxe. Any who have gone there, and I mean any, there is very, very low incidence of any returning, and even if they return, they are changed forever. The power of the high magics, what the corrupted high magics now that is there is intense, right? The scattered eyewitness reports from the shores of that blasted land suggest that the weather does indeed shift in unnatural ways. Though if it was once ensorcelled to be a comfort to its inhabitants, such magic has since partially failed as the climate has become dangerously erratic. The ruins of at least 4 of the ancient ports have been confirmed, and the only expedition to date that dared venture into the interior and managed to return briefly followed waterways that they claimed were the Etheric canals. The ground itself is said to be dangerously unstable, pockmarked with craters and crevasses that reveal only the barest hint of the volatile state of the underdelve below, which is a whole nother thing. Yes. Hills and forests are said to move as if by some unnerving invisible intelligence, making any kind of accurate survey nearly impossible. Beyond this, the scarcity of information, all other accounts are unconfirmed rumors at best, with fanciful speculation dominating the conversation about Cruxxe. Most artistic depictions show a land blackened by calamitous firestorms, with impossible monstrosities lurking in the cracks of the scorched earth. Some show stranger things still, such as flying landscapes in constant magical flux, or fields of unknown plants in bloody crimson and bruised purple. The truth of such representations is likely to remain a mystery for the foreseeable future, as those rare few foolish enough to go there and lucky enough to survive their experience are almost universally regarded as lunatics and liars.
Okay,
yes.
So I have a few things with this, and then I have some questions from the chat.
Yes, is that not, but Camera Mandy?
No, I love that.
Yes.
Now, okay, so here were my questions. Particularly, what happened to the Underdelve when the woe happened? Like, were they left?
You mean beneath Cruxxe?
Yes.
Well, why would it? Remember, they did not just use the high magics on the surface, they used the high magics below.
Oh.
And some believe that the biggest Thuulic enclave that exists on the face of Zyathé exists in Cruxxe, and that actually there are more than one significant Thuulic enclave in Cruxxe who may be the ones who are guiding the organization of the aboministic individuals living there. This is the excitement of Cruxxe and the fear of Cruxxe and the future of Zyathé as we evolve it together and it grows over the next 10, 15, 20 years. At least until this old guy gets too old to deal with it, then I'm going to have to pass the torch to you, Camera Mandy, and all of your crazy friends. Yes.
I will do what I do now, which is help the business run while letting all you creative, wonderful people make your magic. So,
onward, yes.
Yeah.
But does it not, I mean, you're sitting there, you know, as I have wonderful friends in the chat, who most of these people are wonderful Zyathé, know Zyathé well, right? I mean, you sit there and you ponder the adventure of it, right? And the creation of it. And it is just, it gives me the, you know, the little chills, you know, that thing that goes on the back, hair in the back of your neck and all of that stuff. I just go, whoa, you know, because we're making this together. You know,
well, you know what gives me chills? It's talking to Carrie, who's one of our main writers.
Yes.
And I mean, I know if I talk to AJ more, that I.
Yes, you don't talk to AJ enough. He feels totally miffed.
He does not.
He's like, Camera Mandy doesn't like me.
No. Whenever I talk to him, it's always like, AJ, this funny thing just happened. But Carrie and I, we're right next to each other, and we love to chit chat. Okay, so Carrie, though, thinks on this stuff on a whole other level. And I know
She
that
does
at all the conventions, you and Carrie and Alexander and a huge group of people all sit around and just talk through the politics of lore. And
yes, Matt loved that. Matt and I talk about it all the time, that we sat there with 25 people talking about the lore of Zyathé and the things
really
that are going on.
getting into the nitty gritty and all these different levels that I'm an appreciator of all of that, and I love playing in it, but
So the interesting thing, I'm going to use the Aether objects here because this is kind of a fun thing.
Okay, and I have questions from the chat.
Oh,
which
yes.
I literally stuck on the questions in the chat before because I don't want to.
So the thing is what we talked about, you know, and I wanted people. By the way, Aether Objects, these dice are wonderful. You should check them out if you have not had a chance. They come in these magnificent packages. They're just wonderful, just beautiful. So so the interesting thing about the world of Zyathé is that all of matter is made up of the 4 elements: earth, fire, wind, and water.
Okay.
And all of the matter in the Eterniverse is made up of tiny little pieces of those things called alimic fractions. So there's an alimic fraction or a fractal that is a water fractal. There is a earth fractal. There is a fire fractal. And there is a air fractal. And they come together in sets of 20 to form alims. That is the building block of matter in the world of Zyathé. Alims have different tiny fractals mixed together depending on their structure. Does that make sense? I'm looking the wrong way.
It doesn't matter because
alimic fractals come together. So you could have 5 fire fractals and 3 earth fractals and 7. You're following what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Or it could be a different combination.
Okay.
They then attach using the Zyanthus to other alims to make all things. And that is why the world of Zyathé is made up of 20-sided dice.
Okay.
Is that not fun, my friends? Is that not magnificent? Yes.
I love it. And that's why in the University of Darkenhaven, there's
the thing?
Yeah.
The dice.
Yeah. It's a dice. I don't know what it's actually called.
It's an alim.
Yeah,
That's it's basically an alim that sits up there. Yes, that is the. Come on, that's pretty good, y'all. Are you crazy?
Level.
Are you crazy nerds out there? Are you nerd freaks? You know this.
I want to see what the chat is saying, but I haven't left the questions because so let me read the questions.
All right, go.
Serious question: is there an audio version of Weirded? I need to work on it. And then Laura,
I need to do it.
Yeah, we do need to do it. And we just hired a new, she's not a tester. We're testing her out, who would be able to help me with some stuff. I really feel like we could do it.
I think this might be the add to the patron, right? Because to me, if you got access, I want to make it a great deal for everybody if we do the patron thing. And I think if we gave everybody access to recorded books as well as all of the other gifts and things that we would do, I think it really makes it valuable. And that would help us. It's expensive to run Gooey Cube, and right now it's pretty much everybody knows who's been around for a while. It's really supported by our little agency that is how Gooey Cube keeps going. It's getting closer though to making money, or at least breaking even, which is a wonderful thing. And we're very excited about Guys and Gags, and we're very excited about Gen Con because that's going to help us for the rest of the year. And of course, all of you who supported the Mornwood campaign, thank you.
That little thing we thought it was going to be really tiny.
Tiny, yeah. I thought it was going to be maybe $10,000, and it ended up being $50,000. And people are late pledging and late backing. If you want to do that, you can do that and get a lot of wonderful free stuff. And it's going to be magnificent and dovetail right with Darkenhaven, the Gloomport, and the Mornwood, right? And you could adventure there for so long and have so much fun. So, yes. So keep going, Kim.
And then we had some notes about who should do the audiobook, and it was said that if Alfabio narrated the Weirded World, they'd buy it right now.
Alfabio, eh?
So, and Trey wants to have Alfabio's diary read.
We're not reading out Fabio's diary.
Thomas said...
It goes like this. Go ahead, keep going.
I agree. Like James Marsters or Michael Kramer would be great to read it, but we could never in a million years afford.
No, you're going to have to put up with... You're going to have to put up with me. That is what you're... But I can do it as Alfabio.
Okay.
In the beginning of all, before anything existed, there was only Avova. Oh, yes, Alfabio. But no, I'm not going to do it that way.
Okay. So from Rick, we have, are there mutated Underdark races?
So the Underdelve, which is the Zayandun in the world of Zyathé, has the Thu'ul, who are the creation of the Corruption Lords. And then, yes, any place where there was significant etheric presence, there is significant presence of the corrupted magics. So you have to keep that in your mind. That is why the Mornwood is so interesting. The Mornwood is one of the places where the 9 have sort of established a presence. The 9 have not established a presence everywhere. But the Republic of Zoranthia is one of the areas where the 9 has come. Why that is a mystery, which will be shared later. But also in the Mornwood is an Aethernic ruin. So you have this wonderful thing going on where the 9, the remakers, the corruptors of all things, which are the 4 lords of corruption, and the gods are all striving against each other to try to prohibit each other's advancement. And so this is what we love about the Mornwood. So in the Zion Dune, absolutely. Now the Zion Dune, I'm going to have to do another presentation on that here soon, because with the Illumiines and all of the things that we've envisioned for the Zion Dune, it really needs more attention. And we need to bring that to the table and, of course, have you all contribute to it more. We've already done 1 round of submissions for the Zion Dune, which were fantastic. You all did a great job if you participated in that. But we've got a second one we've got to do. And Cameraman, that reminds me, those we need to get out the rewards for. The Monstrica, the Zion Dune. We got to get out the rewards for the Zion Dune. I don't think we did that yet.
What are the rewards?
It was a print. It was that Illumine print that we had. Yes, but I just want to make sure we don't forget. It was wonderful. It's a beautiful print.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, we are past our time. And
oh, goodness. Are we 11 o'clock already?
Yeah, I know. It was such a fun show today.
Thank you, my friends.
Any other questions real quick? What?
Any other questions real quick?
I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read this comment from Trey that I really liked. Who dares go where angels... This is why I don't have the charisma.
Slow down.
Who dares go where angels fear to tread? Okay, and then there was a bunch of other things. Everyone loved the physics discussion of Zyathé.
Yeah. Because the thing, Cameraman, I'll do this just real quick because I love this. I mean, I actually really love this because it's the most important thing when you're a writer, right? When you're a creator, fantastically plausible stops the discontinuity that happens. You all know this, right? You're watching a movie or you're reading a book and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. Because they went past your ability for the suspension of disbelief, which you have to have for wonderful fantasy and all of the Marvel universe, all this stuff. It has to be fantastically plausible or else it creates this dissonance in your mind, right? And so it was really important to me as I pondered this, that this could actually, you'd sit back and go, gosh, that could actually make sense. Because can't you see them being attracted to each other and build just like atoms do in our thing, right? These are building together in a different fashion called the alems. And I really, when it sort of came over the last few years as I was pondering, how a universe might be structured in a fantastical world, and it is the Zyathés that causes the energy to either make them attract to each other, to push away from each other, to actually energize, right? All of that stuff comes from the Zyathés. And that is fantastically plausible.
I think anyone watching this who was not like our group of people would be like, that crazy man with his dice.
Right. With the Aether Objects dice. Look at this. This is magnificent. Can you see this, cameraman?
But I mean, I love it. I just love it so much. I know our community does too. And thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for all of the subs. Like, seriously, this has been so much fun. We love you.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day, my friends. We will talk to you next week for the last Goo Morning Zyathé before we go to UK Games Expo.
We're going to have some great panelists. I have a great
Chet's going to be here. It's going to be fun. And we're going to
add,
we just said we were going to add Thomas, right? We're going to have Thomas.
David.
Sorry, David Stormer.
Well, I have to talk with him.
So David, come join us.
Twitch with us.
Yes, because we need a Twitch explanation. Yes, it's very important.
All right.
And thank you all so much for your friendship, for your support for us.
Oh, Randy, no one is winning the map yet because we have several more weeks of entries. We're giving it away on our 100th episode.
Yes, and we're going to give one away on our 100th episode. But you should keep entering because I think there's a second one we're going to give away. So we're going to give away 2. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say win the map, it is that huge put together Darkenhaven map that has all of the city on one.
If you did not already submit right now, #map.
#map, put it in. And then what we're doing is we're totaling them up. There'll also be a way for you to enter in the den. There'll also be a way for you to enter in the Discord. But you get multiple entries by continuing to participate here in Goo Morning Zyathé. So tell your friends about that too, so that they know. Please do tell your friends about Goo Morning. I think it's a wonderful time, and we thank you all for the wonderful shenanigans. And also the shenanigans contest continues. Believe me, continue your shenanigans. They are being noted, my friends. Yes, indeed they are. More to come as the world of Zyathé goes forward into the dark future. Thank you, my friends. May all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha!